This is the last chapter, chapter 19, The Wonderful Watch. By the middle of summer, Professor Albert had replaced the 30-inch television he had cracked with a flying colander, and Kona had taught Bottom to catch a tiny frisbee in his mouth. Sparrow and Top had their mother's interests. They collected things, and they spent hours down on the riverbank seeing what people might have thrown out that day. Stumpy spent her time as usual. Housekeeping, well, a little. Food collecting. She didn't trust Murray's hand-to-mouth existence, and admiring all the new treasures her children were bringing home. Besides the front door of Stumpy and Murray's dear home hung the wonderful and famous glow-in-the-dark watch. And here's a picture of their home with the watch. It cast its green heavenly light all around, and this time every animal in the park seemed respectful of the halo, even Ralph. When Stumpy's children were old enough to stay out at night with friends, Stumpy would point to a number on the watch's face. "Be home by this time," she would say, like a good mother, and the children were. And though Murray continued to bump his way through Gooseberry Park on his forays out for egg rolls or curly fries, he never ever bumped into his own tree again. From wherever he was, the glow of the watch led him safely back. And across the way on Miller Street, in Professor Albert's peaceful house, late at night, Kona and Gwendolyn would sit together and talk of all the wonderful adventures they had had. They loved retelling their favorite Murray stories. They loved chatting about the children, and from time to time, Kona had to recount yet again his magnificent journey across the ice. The two old friends would talk through the deep night, and now and then they would look over to the window, across the tops of the houses, and up to the familiar trees. There in the darkness, they could see a lovely green radiance, a welcoming light, a treasure in Gooseberry Park. That is the end of Gooseberry Park. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did.